When people see this figure 8 movement, whether it be 2 hands, 1 hand, they always treat it like it's some kind of warm-up before you spring into action. They say things like, oh, there's nothing practical in self-defense, you can't use it for that. I'm going to show you why nothing could be farther from the truth, but more importantly, I'm going to reveal the different ways of practicing it and their value in everyday living. It's got applicability. Not even those that are teaching it know this stuff, so stick around. It's today's topic for Caner Tip Tuesday. Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today what almost everybody has wrong about the figure 8s. But before we do that, a warm welcome to all. If you're here for the first time, do these things now. Number 1, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you don't miss anything in the future. And avail yourself of the free resources, the most important one by far, the no-cost Cane Clarity Call. You do that by texting the letter CCC to the number on the screen. In less than 24 hours, we will be in a conversation and answering all your questions. The most important question is always, how am I going to get started with cane training? It's not about the canes. It's about what you can do. That's number 1. And number 2, you have resources that Facebook groups that are available to the public. Request entry into those groups. Just remember to agree to the group rules so that they let you in. And check out the podcast. It's free to subscribe on Substack. Read the description below. Check it out, and we'll see you there as well. Look, the deal with this is people look at this and they don't understand what it is that you're actually doing with those figure 8s. It's not just for the purpose of flow. It's not just for the purpose of showing off. It's not. And to those that say there's no self-defense application, I'm going to shift that mentality. But yes, training in a particular way. For instance, every professional boxing champion hits a speed back, and if you look at it, there's a figure 8 pattern to it. This and this, it crosses here in midline. They do it for a variety of reasons, including timing and rhythm and even conditioning the shoulders. That doesn't mean they're going to stand in front of anybody and do this, but let me go over it. First of all, the different ways that you can practice this figure 8. The figure 8 is essentially a number 1 and a 5 in the ACSD power shot system. It's the same thing with Sobrevivencia, except ACSD, you're doing it, you can do it with 1 hand here, switch back and forth. If you're doing this, you see that I'm taking advantage of the length of the tool, and I move forward, especially with strong, aggressive verbals. You have a 3-dimensional propeller coming at an individual. They are actual strikes. And if you treat it like this without, here's the big word, ready, intent to make contact, bang, and seek bone and crush and, overwhelm. If you treat it like anything other than that, then yeah, its applicability and self-protection, is non-existent there. It's not worth much. In SV, 2 hands. Same crossing pattern here with a slide and glide, which goes forward, but it also does a figure 8 in reverse. So right there, you have 3 different ways of practicing. You have it 1 hand, you have a 2 hand, the way we do in Sobrevivencia, which is a lot easier to learn because you have 2 hands already there. And then you can also move, and there's details to this, the way I have my shoulders, the relaxation that takes place in here. It's also a bridge for other strikes. So notice how easy when I'm here, I can just go down the midline, use my 3s and my 4s. This is my 1s, these are my 1s, and these are done in reverse, right? So these are 3 ways of practicing. And then for those of you that have seen this, is now lately, we're getting individuals showing this kind of thing and saying, do it faster, do it faster. Well, what's the purpose of that? You still have your 1 and your 5. What you're doing when you're doing this, and there's details again to this, okay, but it's not about you go faster because there's a sense of relaxation and you want to do the minimum that you can do to get that, to keep that going. In cane flow, it's a somatic movement art. SV, cane flow is an expression of SV. It is primarily a mind training. You're going through the body to affect the mind, and you can actually clear unwanted thoughts and patterns that you have because you can go through the soma, through the body. Said another way, right, in layman's terms, you can't flow the way that we do with a cane and be tense. This is why, and it also produces endorphins, which are, feel good, they're more powerful than morphine. And when you're done with that session, if you walked in with a frown, you're already feeling better about yourself. Okay, so there's a whole science behind it. I'm not going to get into it there. But figure eights are not just figure eight, movements for the sake of whatever limited view you had there. The other thing is it can be done with anything. This is a crimp tool. You can do it with a tactile pen. You can do it with whatever you have in your hand, right? It is the same movement whether you have a tool or you have the empty hand. The anatomical targeting is going to change slightly because with the cane, obviously, that's not going to break, but your hand can certainly fracture. So there's a lot more to it, and the details of this, if you want to learn and you actually want to train it with me, you can train this thing with me every single week. On Mondays, I do this, and if you can't attend live, it's got a two-part class. It's got your cane flow movement where we train the mind-body complex. We do it nice and slow. I do it right along with you. I see you right across Zoom. It's like we're right in the class. I talk to you, right there. Hey, I give you the corrections and I give you the feedback there. And then we have the application because so many are coming for self-protection. I give you the recordings. I give you the written notes to this. I give you the flow notes, which is the condensed abbreviated version. I give you life application to this. And it's all for less than the cost of your daily cup of coffee. And while that cup of coffee gives you a caffeine high and energizes you for a couple of hours, this cup of Joe energizes you for life. It's stuff you're going to be using every day. So if you want to check that out, let us know, comment below, or call us directly at the headquarters. It's 800-289-8188. Yes, I answer the phones as well. So, we're always there for you. Let me know your thoughts below, but hopefully you have a different appreciation and at least it gets this going. Say, figure eights are not just there's a whole, in-depth, it's a whole in-depth system to train the body and it's also from a physical application perspective, it's offensive, it's defensive at the same time, tool and empty hand all in one. Boy, that's a lot. All right, thanks for watching. Stay blessed.